Yo, what's up, gamers? Aaron Shack here, and we are here to check out. Oh, hang on. A little bit of echo coming out of that. Yeah, we are here to check out the latest in tech and gaming news today. Let's see here. And I'm doing a fun thing. Okay, we're live on YouTube, and we're live on the YouTube Shorts feed. So we're kind of doing two things at once here, more or less. So if you're scrolling through the Shorts feed, let me know what you think of the stream, and hopefully you guys have a good time. So yeah, a lot of tech and gaming news and entertainment news in general to cover today. Lots of interesting stuff. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. If you have something you want to add, if there's some news that I'm haven't covered today or you would like to see covered, I could probably do an impromptu, so just let me know if there's some big stuff dropping that you want to talk about. So let me see. I bookmarked a few articles that I thought would be interesting to go through today. So yeah, I know the Play Concord, Concord the game, the beta is live on PlayStation and PC. Everyone's been saying that one's really fun. It's a hero character shooter, in the same vein as, say, Overwatch or something, but it's got like the gameplay and the speed of Destiny. So I think ultimately a good thing from that. Just kind of a quick hit there. Okay, here's the big one. This is big entertainment news. Let me put it on the stream there. Kyle Gass, one half of the rock duo Tenacious D, with actor Jack Black, is under fire after making a controversial comment about the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Jack Black can be seen presenting a birthday cake to Gass on stage and asking him to make a wish, you know, as you do with a birthday cake, in a fan-captured footage from a show in Australia where they simultaneously celebrated Gass's 64th birthday. Gass responds, "Don't miss Trump next time," in the video, which is referencing the shooting there. So once again, that's from Variety. You can watch the video if you want. But yeah, I mean, that article there kind of captures the gist of it. Now, Kyle Gass has been, I believe he's kind of been canceled by his talent agency, and Jack Black did announce that they are ending the tour and any future projects. Everything is up in the air in terms of that. So I'm just going to drop that link in the chat in case you guys want to check it out. If you want to follow that a little more deeply. But yeah, that's where we're at on that. Clearly he was joking, and especially if you listen to like the tone in the video, you can tell that Kyle was joking. But nevertheless, I think you have the full freedom of speech, as we always like to say. But I think when you speak on issues like this, you have to be very cognizant of the fact that if you say something crazy like that, like, hey, I wish we got him, or shouldn't have missed, or whatever, you say something like that, it can be either taken out of context, even if you're joking, or if you're not joking. But it can also awaken a lot of people that are crazy and have guns and will come after you. So I think you have to be careful with the inflammatory statements like that. I think it's also a little bit of a character flaw. Like, I don't like Donald Trump. It's no secret. I think he's bad for America. He's bad for women's rights. I dislike the person. It could even be said that I would hate him, but that I don't really hate anybody. But I mean, that wouldn't be a stretch, right? But wishing for his death is a whole other thing. Like, let's beat him in the polls, like America should save itself in the polls by voting. And yeah, we have two of the worst candidates ever. But yeah, we should definitely win in the polls. You should never have to rely on assassinations to win an election. You wouldn't want to win that way. And the other way that can be seen is that could break into civil war. Had that bullet gone, just a centimeter one direction or the other, we might be in a completely different universe right now with a completely different story. So I think even, I don't think it's beyond redemption what he said. I think a clear, he's already put out statements on social media. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if it'll find exactly. Yeah, here it is. The line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind. See, there you go. In any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy. Incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. I profoundly apologize to those I've let down and truly regret any pain I've caused. Now, this could be a little bit of a forced apology from Kyle Gass. It could be like your agent and your publicist and even your bandmate Jack Black kind of saying like, hey, dude, we can't say crazy stuff like this on stage. Like, it's probably no surprise that both of these guys are liberals. A lot of entertainers, movie stars, musicians skew liberal. So it's not surprising, but I think when you say crazy things like that, you get crazy results. You get bad things. What's up, Kavachu? I don't know much about Charlie Kirk. I know he's on the far right. He's a little crazy. He's a little out there. But yeah, that's what Kyle Gass has said. Jack Black even put out what looks like a tweet or something here. Jack Black says, I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just don't do that. You can have your beliefs. You can have your thoughts. You can share your opinions or whatever. But yeah, I guess I could put his statement on screen here. You can have all those opinions and stuff. But I mean, when you sort of say it out loud, and especially if you're like a public figure, you're a YouTuber, you're any of these things, right? Your opinions can be put on blast. They can be taken out of context. All sorts of other things can happen. Okay, so continuing the statement, he says he doesn't condone hate speech or encourage political violence. After much reflection, I no longer feel it's appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I'm grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. Okay, so pretty solid statement. A lot of people are saying, okay, well, why is Jack Black throwing his bandmate Kyle Gass under the bus? I mean, you say crazy things, there are consequences, and I wouldn't expect, like, they're clearly, like, good friends, best friends, perhaps, bandmates. There's a certain camaraderie that comes with all this stuff. But I don't expect someone to purposefully allow their career to tank because of what someone else said on stage. So is he distancing himself a little bit? Yeah. But I mean, this stuff's likely to blow over, in a few weeks, unless anything crazy comes out. I don't think anyone's going to be talking about this. So it's kind of a controversy more than it is a controversy. But that's kind of where it stands right now. So, I mean, to me, it's like, just don't say crazy things like that. I know it's tempting with social media and with camera phones and videos and, being a public figure and all this stuff. You can share your political opinions, but I think when you sort of promote political violence or assassination, even in jest, if it's taken out of context, if it's at a comedy show, maybe it's a little better of a forum for that, but I think especially because this was done on stage at a live music event, it's not really the forum to joke about political assassinations. It's like it might fly in a certain place, but even then, there's still consequences. There's still backlash. They're probably getting lots of death threats, and that's probably one of the reasons why the tour has to be canceled. So, I mean, that's kind of where that is right now. So it might be death threats. It might be, it might just be a lot of negative fan pressure as well. You know, that could be an issue as well. But yeah, there's a full video clip on that if you want to hear it in context. But, you know, from my analysis of what I know about people, body language, vocal tone, stuff like that, he's clearly joking. It's just not good. It's just not good, right? Like, I know a lot of people had different reactions to, you know, hearing the news about, hey, Donald Trump got shot today. And it's like, okay, well, is he living? Is he dead? You know, what does this mean for the country? You know, immediately sook out more information, but didn't sort of, you know, the gut reaction to say, oh, good, you know, like that doesn't help anyone. It doesn't provide any good context to the conversation. And in fact, when I saw that people were sort of saying that on social media, they were, you know, immediately, you know, sort of praising this type of stuff. It's like, we shouldn't want this for either side. I really hate the guy more than anything in the world. I don't like him. I don't like his politics. I don't like what he represents. I think he's an idiot, an anarchist. I think his presidency could be the last American presidency, and we're almost lucky that the last one that had an insurrection involved didn't lead into even further problems. There you go. So I think that's all I have on that one. But yeah, crazy stuff. If you guys haven't noticed, let me see here. Just deleting some comments on Kyle Gass thing. Okay. Let's see. Where is that link at? I was going to pull that up on stream. That is, because the next thing I want to talk about is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. There's a couple games here that are free. If you're an Amazon Prime gamer, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Rise of the Tomb Raider, my favorite, and part 2 of the Survivor trilogy of Tomb Raider, and Chivalry 2 are all free. All you have to do is just log into your Amazon account and go down here. You can redeem games. There's even more games. Like down here, I noticed that I could redeem other games. But the 3 ones that are available today and for the next 36 hours are Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Definitive, and Chivalry 2. Or not Definitive, sorry. I misquoted that. I saw a 20-year celebration there. But yeah, it's 3 great games there. They're free. All you gotta do is log in, and these will be free. So basically, when you redeem, it's gonna link it to your Epic Games Store. So you're gonna have to log into the Epic Games Store to play these games, not Steam or anything like that. That's just the way it works. That's just the way that is. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Jay says, that's fair. I'm not into politics. Feel you. It's you know, and it's okay to have those thoughts like privately at home or amongst friends or something. But I think there are some character flaws there, and I think there's also, when you're a public figure, saying stuff like that out loud, especially out of context, can get you in a lot of trouble, and it could blow up. It could really blow up in your face. Next on Suicide Squad, I actually have more news on Suicide Squad. Let me pull this up. I've got 2 things here. So here's one. Okay, here's one right here. All right. This is all right, from their social media account. Ice to meet you, Mrs. Freeze. Season 2 of Suicide Squad does not arrive July 11th. It's actually been delayed until, I believe, the 25th. So we'll see how it goes. But it has been delayed. They didn't really say why. But here's what we can expect. Okay, so episode 3, which is season 2, episode 3, new playable character, Mrs. Freeze. This is going to be Mr. Freeze's daughter somehow. I don't know how that works, because to my knowledge, it's not like an alternate universe character. This is like main universe, and Nora has been, like, frozen. She's not able to have a child, and this woman, this Mrs. Freeze, she's like a full-grown adult here, I'm assuming. So, 20s or 30s. I don't know what's going on there. I have to say, I don't like this character design. I think Killer Frost would have been a better choice. Even Captain Cold would have been a better choice. I would say don't involve Mr. Freeze, because in the Arkhamverse, he's already had his full character arc. He's had his swan song. If you played Arkham Knight, you know how it all ends. I'm glad they didn't involve him, as far as I know, unless he pops up in a cutscene, but that would be like really weird and out of character. I think that's horrible. But here's what we get. All right, we got the character, melee weapon pack, new Infamy sets and Notorious gear, Killer Frost, Firefly, Parasite. These are all iconic DC villains. Elseworlds Mayhem map, Superman Flash Brainiac fight, ever-changing Metropolis. So I don't know what that means, but basically what they're showing is like Metropolis is getting frozen. And so it almost feels like Fortnite, where the map is going to change every season, perhaps. This was not a change that they advertised initially, so I'm kind of excited to see how that pans out. New Battle Pass. Basically, it looks like everybody's getting like Mr. Freeze armor. So I don't know. We'll assess that when it comes out. But like so far, that seems like a really bad idea. Like the skins that you unlock via the Battle Pass have been atrocious. Like season 1 was like, there was like Lex Luthor battle armor or something. No, it was Batman. Batman made everybody like weird power armor, like off-brand Iron Man suits or something really bad. Okay, new Infamy sets and Notorious gear. Captain Cold Infamy set, Icicle Notorious, Trickster Notorious melee weapon. And then, of course, this is the highlight down here. Harley Quinn's Arkham Knight costume, or kind of a rough variation of it, will be in the shop. So that means you'll have to buy it. But yeah, there it is. New incursion maps, and a Green Lantern and Superman Brainiac fight. So I don't know what this means, per se. Does this mean certain characters are returning and battling some of our iconic DC heroes? Or are we fighting both of these heroes that are corrupted by Brainiac at the same time? That will be interesting to know. But yeah, I have to say, in terms of story, Suicide Squad has gone downhill very quickly. We had like one cutscene during the Joker season where they like introduce him and a couple people talk, but really the overall narrative of the game does not progress at all. So weird, disappointing, upsetting. Because Rocksteady, we know Rocksteady is capable of great games and great narrative. I think Suicide Squad has really great traversal. The combat's fun. It's different. It's probably not what people wanted, but nevertheless, it is what it is. I do wish that the narrative was a little stronger and we had a little more of a story influence. being pushed forward, because, we're curious what happened to these characters, what's going to happen next. I would like to know more, Okay, so let's see, what else do I have here? This was kind of a fire comment of mine that kind of caught on fire here. This is once again on the topic of Concord. It's worth noting in the beta that modes are tagged PvP, a strange tag unless PvE modes are planned. So that's kind of this is like unconfirmed conspiracy theory stuff involving this game. It's like, well, this mode's called PvP, so like logically there should be a PvE, right? And we have no base of knowledge for this to be true, but it seems like some people resonated with my comment here. I said, honestly, I would love PvE with some more story cutscenes. The game has some interesting characters and narrative. It'd be a shame to waste all that potential just to blast each other in an arena and escort payloads. So, I mean, basically do the Overwatch thing, right? Like, and it's true with Overwatch, right? With Overwatch, it's like there's interesting characters. There's a great story. There's a really cool art style happening. But what do? Like, they put out some episodic, little shorts here and there, but it's like where you could have full-length cutscenes or like campaign missions, PvE elements. Like, you could have great things that really push the game and the whole world forward and give people more reason to play, other than like, I enjoy the game, I enjoy the mechanics, or I just have fun doing the same thing over and over and over again. And one thing that we noted was, even from the reveal of Concord, was that like, hey, these characters are really interesting, and they're compelling, they're well designed. There's a little bit of a Guardians of the Galaxy type influence and banter between these characters that makes it innately fascinating, right? So I would say don't waste it. Will I try Once Human? So I actually got I got like a little bundle of resources from very wonderful PR rep over on Twitter. They sent me a code that I can redeem some resources. And probably in exchange I'll do a live stream, and we'll get some impressions. I did do a first impressions of Once Human, but that was during Steam Next Fest. Controller support was not available, despite it saying that in the store that it did have full controller support. So I created my character, loaded up the game, nothing. And I ended the broadcast there. So, as far as updates on that, would I cover it, or why wouldn't I cover it? Yeah, and they actually removed it. If you actually search Once Human in the Steam store, it no longer shows right here where it would say controller support. It's gone. Yeah, they hid it. But they did say in some statements about, because people have been asking, they said sometime in August. So that's my only thing, is maybe I will cover this game in August. But once again, it's kind of the same problem, right? There's Conan Exiles, there's Minecraft, there's Fortnite, there's a million other games that fall into this genre. There's Destiny, there's The First Descendant, there's Warframe. There's all sorts of things that fall into the survival, crafting, looter shooter, MMO, open world. So I mean, really, for me, I'm intrigued by the world and the way things look, and I'm down to check it out. But I'm definitely gonna wait on controller support. That is a deal breaker for me. But yeah, I don't know if it was a game I would play long term, because I know the servers wipe, and I have to invest my time in games that are like continuously rewarding. And if I'm like building up to something, like getting weapons or building a base, and a few weeks later it gets wiped out. It's like, we all know that I can't just play one game and live on that game. Like, variety is a spice of life here. So I have to kind of stick with that. So I mean, it looks interesting. It's definitely pulling like some Death Stranding vibes and weird sci-fi stuff mixed in with like DayZ and Conan type survival stuff. But yeah, mouse and keyboard only is a huge deal breaker. So with that, I've only got a little bit of time here, so we gotta push it on. But I like that. Enjoyed that question. It's definitely a game I'm keen to look into. We talked about The Division a little while back. And they have this thing with their upcoming seasons, and I'll try to make this a little bigger. They have been doing this thing called Seasons 2.0, where they were going to have you create like a new character, a seasonal character that you only play as for that season, and then you would unlock gear and loot, and you would progress leveling up that character or whatever. Then at the end of the season, all that gear would go to your main character. Okay? So apparently they've chosen to go back on those plans. Diablo 4 has actually tried the same thing, and with mixed results. So they said, after thorough examination and discussions with the team, we have decided to reevaluate Seasons 2.0 with particular attention to seasonal characters with the goal of progressing without them. So yeah, basically just play the game you always have. Just level up your main character, collect your new gear, etc. Move on, right? Change will not impact previously announced Year 6 plans. Assess the changes necessary, right, to the new seasonal experience, which will be integrated with Year 6 Season 2 this fall. Yeah, so they'll have more information later on. But my response was, yeah, I'm unsure how to feel about the seasonal character thing when I invest so much time into my main character. Doesn't sound alluring to me. Now, we got a response here, and I would say it's a little ignorant. The thing people didn't understand with the seasonal character is that it wasn't permanent. Anything earned or gained throughout the season of that character goes directly to your main. That's true, and I understood this. Everything, the seasonal characters were just a way to change things up a bit for the season. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to create a new character and have to level up their skills and start all over? It's good for the no-lifers, maybe, like the people that just really love this game and live and breathe it, and they're on it all day, and they need something fresh and something new. But it's not going to appeal to me, even a semi-hardcore player. I haven't talked to Andrew Alliance about how he feels, but I'd say he's pretty on the hardcore end of things. And I just responded saying, hey, I understood it plenty. It just seems redundant and unnecessary. And I think that's probably what they learned from this. I think that's probably exactly what the team learned, was like, this is a change that is just more work for you, that upsets the fan base, and pretty much changes nothing. One more thing coming from the same studio, Massive Entertainment. Massive Entertainment, the makers of Division and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. There's a new DLC that dropped today. This is the first story pack called The Skybreaker, and it looks like some sort of, maybe some sort of ship is crashing here. So I guess we'll see what that's all about. I couldn't even run this game on my PC. I don't even know. I don't know if I refunded it or not. Maybe I did. Oh, it would be on, actually it wouldn't be on Steam. It'd be on, Ubisoft. Yeah, I don't know if I refunded it. But yeah, it just wouldn't run. tried to stream it, tried to play it. And I was above the recommended specs, but I mean, it just, no dice. So yeah, moving on from that. It looks cool. I would definitely play it if I owned the game on console and it were playable. Okay, next thing. And this is from a fellow journalist. You might know him as an managing editor over at GameSpot, Timur Hussein. And I gotta say, I really relate to this take on the new Captain America movie. I think the trailer looks dope. I think the movie looks interesting. Personally, I wanted more adventures from Steve Rogers. And I would have loved to have seen him get more movies. But, you know, happy to see Sam Wilson get the mantle passed to him. But this is where things get tricky. And it is featuring a character named Sabra, which, if you don't know comic book history, I'll try to catch you up. But what Timur says here resonates with me deeply as a Palestinian. Featuring a character raised in an Israeli settlement and trained to serve the IOF and named after an event during which thousands of Palestinians and Lebanese people were killed. Do the right thing and avoid this shit. So basically he's saying, like, hey, let's arrange a boycott for this. And I'm not far behind him on that take. But yeah, that is Red Hulk's hands right there. So what is an Israeli settlement? I'll explain that very quickly. So what that is, and especially in the West Bank, where Palestinians own land and they just live there. You have a house, right? You have a house, you have farmland. An Israeli settlement is when people from either America or anywhere, anyone with Jewish ancestry can come to Israel and claim their right to land. Okay? You don't even have to be like, you just have to be like religiously Jewish, like not even like blood or no sort of relation to the land or anything, no claim, okay? And basically what you can do is like just get guns and invade Palestinians' homes, kill them, steal the land, bulldoze their home, all of the above. And the IDF, the Israeli military, will even come with the settlers to do this. So, I mean, this is basically what Americans did to Native Americans back in the day, where we were just like, let's expand west. Oh, there's natives here? And then, mowed them down and built our homes, right? So it wasn't right what we did. But that's basically what Israeli settlements are. So having a character that was raised in sort of a place like that, oof. And people will say she's basically the Israeli Captain America, but I believe that Captain America, even though he stands for America, he has certain morals and values that, like a character like Superman, when those values don't align, he will absolutely clash with America for the greater good, right? So Captain America has morals. Sabra does not. And here is, yeah, this is from a real comic book page. That is Sabra with the whole Star of David, the headband, the whole deal. It has taken the Hulk to make her see this dead Arab boy as a human being. So literally, she has no moral values, no redeeming characteristics. She is just a propaganda for a country that is committing genocide live for the past, 10 months or so, and continuing. She is one of the worst, absolute worst characters. And they say that she plays a key role in this film. So I'm on the line where I'm like, this might be a movie that I don't pay money to watch, because I don't want to give anyone money that supports something that is heinously evil in the same way that Hitler was evil, that the Nazis were evil. They were committing genocide against an entire people, and we are also seeing that happen today. I'm trying to see if I can just find like one more thing. That way I'm not like speaking anecdotally here. Yeah, here's another comic book strip. For an instant, Sabra appears to give chase. She is, after all, an Israeli super agent, a soldier, a weapon of war, but she is also a woman, capable of feeling, capable of caring. It has taken the Hulk to make her see this dead Arab boy as a human being. It has taken a monster to awaken her own sense of humanity. So, like, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why you would want Disney to bring a character like this, because she is a fascist. She is like the one of the worst comic book characters. I can't even think of one that's like worse than her. Like there's really not too many. You know, there's characters that are villains, there are characters that do crazy stuff. There is bad, you know, there might be bad storylines or, you know, politically edgy narratives, but yeah. Disney being Disney, you know, they're like, we gotta side on this war. We gotta, you know, we gotta step in and make our cause known or something. We gotta, I don't know, it's crazy. Yeah, it's hard to find. Yeah, hard to find anything. I don't know. That's where we are. So I don't know. It's gonna be cringe watching that whole section, and to me, it's a line I won't cross. It's just a moral argument for me at that point. And if it means boycotting the movie of a character that I really enjoy, that'll be what it is. Okay, so next thing, and also I don't know if I can find the story, but Disney got hacked. Um, I don't know if we can really find. I'm not going to share anything that's been, you know, revealed, if anything. But yeah, apparently they've lost a lot of data. There might be some projects and stuff that might be leaking, canceled projects. You know, perhaps art, other stuff like that. Yeah, 1 terabyte of data, unreleased projects, login credentials, raw images and codes, and more. So I don't know. It's I don't support or condone things like that. I don't like it when leaks happen, as we know. I think it spoils the opportunity for companies, games, etc., entertainment. You know, you want to reveal your own projects on your terms and not have it like spoiled and just thrown out to all media. So that's that. Focus Entertainment has put out a statement on Warhammer Space Marine 2, Warhammer 40K. There has actually been a sort of a leak here. An old build of their upcoming game has been leaked, and some people have been able to play it, distribute it, whatever it may be. They're just telling people, hey, you know, it's an old build. don't play it, don't support it. It's not representative of the final game. We're excited to, have our release on September 9th. Don't spoil the game. Don't do anything crazy. And there probably will be copyright takedowns if anyone's posting images, videos, stuff like that. You're risking your entire account. Potentially, if you're a brand, you would be risking your entire brand as well. So just be patient. I'm super excited for this game, but nothing in me wants to see like old, unreleased footage, just poorly, just the way leaks are portrayed. It's always unfinished. It's always like a 480p screenshot of a new Spider-Man costume or something. Leaks are just, they're never good in my opinion. Okay, I'm coming up on the last story, and I don't know if we want to play this. Because, I'm a musician, and I care about your ears. I care about my ears. My soul hurts to hear our national anthem degraded in such a way. But I don't know this singer, but her name is Ingrid Andress. And she said, I was drunk during the Home Run Derby national anthem performance, and she's now checking into rehab. This is from Variety. I don't know if I want to play this video. She said, I'm not going to bullshit you. I was drunk last night. Like, this is a good excuse when, you're with the boys and you had a bad match of Call of Duty. You can just say, hey guys, sorry, I was drunk, you can be forgiven, right? Or, you say something mean to your mother-in-law. You go and apologize to her the next morning. You say, I'm sorry. I wasn't myself. I was drunk. I said something crazy, right? But when you're and I hesitate to even put the word musician in quotes, because, this performance was, listen, Fergie did the national anthem where she was like, all over the place with the embellishments, like instead of oh say can you see, she was like oh say can you see, she was all over. And Ingrid here was like off pitch, off key, like not even in the realm, like not even, okay, the rhythm was off. Like, listen, the national anthem, it's not a hard song. The notes, depending on what key you're singing it in, sure, some of the notes can be high. You get to the Rockets' Red Glare, you're probably belting. You got to really have it, and especially with no accompaniment, if you're just doing it like solo, just your voice, a cappella, it certainly can be challenging as someone that sang it multiple times, both with instrumentation and without. And I would say it's actually probably easier without instrumentation, just because you're not beholden to the sounds around you. If you want to embellish, or if you make a mistake, you can kind of play it off and just sort of blend that note into the next note, or use it as a grace note. But yeah, this is bad. Apologize to the MLB, the fans, and the country. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. We don't care. I'm just gonna speak for everyone. I think cancel culture is pretty bad, but this might be a good time for it, man. This might be a good time for it. In-ear problems, Arlington, Texas. Okay, so has this happened before? Wildly off-key, yeah. I also can't believe, Glenn Powell's amazing. Yeah. I just love you, girl. I'm sorry you're going through this. Like, Where's the real talk? Where's the real talk? Because guess what? When I mess up, people say it, right? People are real, okay? You have a bad gig or you have one song, maybe not in the moment. People kind of lie to you after a performance. They'll be like, hey, great job. You gave it your all, Like, people will be nice. So they'll be like, hey, I love the show. But it's like later after the show, you can have candid conversations and say like, well, what did you think about when I sang the national anthem? Is like, you were off key, So like, where does this like lying to your friends come in right here, or whatever it is, Like you're going through this, you put yourself through this. You're the one. Okay, so first of all, we could say, okay, can you do this? Can you actually sing the national anthem well? And why did you choose to get drunk? Because like most people, they're in the performing arts, whether you're a musician, you're on stage, you're you're involved in musical acts, you're an actor on stage, even if you're a film actor. Most people do things like fast, they don't drink, they don't smoke, like they try to go like straight edge, super clean that day because you don't want to have like raging diarrhea when you have to perform, right? Because there's nothing, you can't do anything about it. So a lot of people will be like, hey, I'm not going to have drinks today because I don't want to be woozy. I have a big performance to do. So I can't, other people can work under inebriation. There's obviously famous people that have done, jazz artists have done cocaine and then gone on stage and had their best improvisations ever. I don't think that necessarily is what makes you a great performer. But, so some people can say, I need it to cope with the world, whatever it is. She might have deeper problems going on here, but I don't think the "you got this, girl" is a great thing to say. I think people need to be honest. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be like, I hate you, you don't have to wish death upon someone. But I do think this is like, you need to enroll in some singing classes, you need to go to rehab, and I don't even know if you deserve a second chance, because I mean, this is a privilege to be able to sing at a major sporting event, not just a kid's little league game or at your local church or something like that. Like this is the big leagues. Okay? This is where there's no time for mistakes or bad embellishments, and I would argue just don't embellish the Star Spangled Banner. It's a beautiful song as is. And honestly, I think the goal of just singing the song the way it was written and doing it well is a greater badge of honor than using it as like a way to like flex how loud and powerful your voice is and how you can pull a Beyonce and just go up and down the scale. Like, most of the time it blows up in your face when you try to do this stuff. So, yeah, social media quick to jump on it. Oof. Not Roseanne Barr. Yeah, that was a rough one. 1990. I was only like a year or two old, but I mean, nevertheless, I've seen it. I don't know if there's any other context here. I'm just really talking about her. Yeah, what's this deal? Slurred profanity, hammered. Yeah, that happened with Elle King. It's like, you have a career, and it's like lightning in a bottle. The fact that you're on stage, that is a privilege that you have gotten to that point in your career, and to just sort of lackadaisically throw it all away by, just getting hammered that day is crazy. King did not take to rehab after those gaffes, nor make an apology to her. She canceled concert dates and took a defiant tone. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I mean, everything may be okay with Dolly Parton, but I mean, your fans, and people that are not your fans, the potential fans, will potentially not be great. Okay, so I think that's it on that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to play it. I don't want to play the audio. I really don't. because it hurts me as much as it's gonna hurt you. I'll tell you what. I'll find the link and I'll leave the choice up to you. Not it being the first search result. It's a minute and a half, and it's rough. It is funny and it is laughable. Trying to find like a. I didn't want to find like one where it's all commentary, but maybe this. I'm gonna mute the tab. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it in chat. It's bad. I never want to hear from this person again. Like, I don't want to hear any of her music, dude. I've never been so cold and so like. Just this video has 97,000 views, but I'm willing to bet there's probably a version of this video, you know, maybe a short or a TikTok that's out there somewhere. That is just like, you know, got millions of views. So yeah, I'll leave that up to you to make the decision. I won't make it for you. Star Wars The Acolyte, episode 8 is coming out this week. There are 7 episodes out. I personally have not enjoyed the series. There are some glaring issues. I'm trying to pull up the character. One of the characters that I'm just going to make sure this is safe. There's no... Okay, nothing crazy. But yeah, Ki-Adi-Mundi is a character from the prequels. He's not supposed to be alive. Okay, so the Acolyte takes place like 87 years or so before the prequel trilogy. So it's breaking canon by revising this guy's like lifespan. And he's the guy, okay? Let's remember this. He's the guy that says that there's been peace in the galaxy for 1,000 years and that there hasn't been a Sith, there hasn't been any, like he said, impossible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium. Okay, that's actually, yeah, that's a long time. So yeah, he says that, and the entire series of The Acolyte pretty much undermines that. So not only would that make him a liar, but it's like if he was around during these events, like he lived it. So that's one thing. I think the series plays a lot with canon. That's one of the glaring issues, is that character just isn't supposed to be alive. And I was excited for the show. I was really hyped for the High Republic, you know, this sort of era where if you played the KOTOR games, there's all this stuff. I was really excited for that era, but this has been kind of a moment to introduce like lesbian space witches that make twin baby girls out of... They use the Force combined with like dark magic to like conjure twins. It's like it does a lot of things that are like not possible, and it being written by someone that's LGBT and wants to really force their worldview on people. You know, a lot of the comments before the show came out was like, Star Wars is gay. I want to make Star Wars gay. What's gayer than nerds? Nerds are gay. Yeah, it throws in like the space lesbian witches and it's just bad writing. The characters, their motivations. Characters will immediately they'll say one thing and then they'll do something that completely invalidates all the plot, everything they said, everything that character embodies. I don't want to get into like spoiler talk, but I mean there's just characters that do stupid things. Like a character's homesick, so he decides to like go into the village and cause a big disturbance and steal these two girls to teach them to become Jedi, and it causes like a whole ricochet of events to take off after that, which leads to negative consequences for all involved. All because he's homesick. And it's like the Jedi are not so emotional. They're meant to be people that are in control of their emotions. They have some sort of balance, you know. They're not these depressed and easily emotionally disturbed people that you know have a cry and get homesick, or they get seasick, or you know, like things like that. It's just not what they do. They're, you know, it is sort of a Star Wars is an amalgamation of a lot of things. It's got your classic samurai movie vibes, it's got your science fiction, and it's got a lot of religious archetypes that are referenced from Buddhism, all sorts of Eastern philosophies. So stuff about like finding balance and peace and all these various things, and not embracing the dark side of the Force, you know, things like that. And the dark side being less about, it's not just like evil or anger or a lack of control. It's like it's losing that balance of being able to manage. So when you become unbalanced, you sort of lose it all. Trafficking. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's not a great show, and there's talks about like, hey, you know, people are saying let's renew it for a season 2. I just want this show to die and to be not part of canon. And I don't hate stuff just to hate stuff, and it's very rare that I hate things even. Like I usually, if I just dislike something, it's not for me, it's fine. I usually end up liking a lot of stuff that's kind of like underrated or whatever, what have you. But this one, it just, you know, I really love The Mandalorian. Ahsoka is great. The Clone Wars shows are great. I have no problem with diversity or women or any of those things. But when you make a show like this that kind of just like, it shoves it down your throat, man. And it's like, there's no reason, right? Like, it doesn't link into the world and the lore, and it doesn't build on things. And I mean, they purposefully chose someone that knows nothing of Star Wars, nothing of the George Lucas stuff, nothing of this at all. So I mean, it's like just pulling a random guy off the street that's like never seen Star Wars or knows nothing about Star Wars and be like, hey, you want to direct and write and produce a major Star Wars project? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, forced. But yeah, using the Force, it's forced. All the crazy puns. I wasn't crazy about Andor, but I'd still say that Andor is better than this. But yeah, I'm pretty much caught up on most of the Star Wars stuff. But yeah, episode 7, and the crazy thing about episode 7 is that it's a different camera angle of episode 3. Episode 3 is a flashback. Episode 3 of the series The Acolyte, not episode 3 of Star Wars, okay? Just to be clear. We're talking about The Acolyte specifically, okay? So yeah, episode 3 was a flashback episode. Episode 7 is rehashing episode 3, but with different camera angles. And it literally adds almost nothing, right? Like, I don't even know, like, why are we doing this? Why are we telling this story? Why are we doing things? Okay? I'm losing my mind on this one. So yeah, crazy things happen. Nothing matters. It's all BS. If you like watching like a car collision, a car accident, that's why I'm tuning in. I'm just like, how bad can it get? And I just have to know how it ends. I love Star Wars. It's one of my favorite things. Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC. I like a lot of things. But I think Dave Filoni has done really good. Jon Favreau has done really good. George Lucas, most of the time, pretty good. Because it's his creation. He knows what he wants to do with it. The sequel trilogy, I have things I like about it, but for the most part, not the biggest fan. And a lot of the Disney Star Wars TV has been actually pretty dope as a result, but this is the first time where it's like, why are you giving it to the agenda folks to push an agenda into Star Wars? I don't want to say that Star Wars shouldn't be political, because Star Wars is deeply political. It's all about different factions, you know, it's about the Separatists, it's about the Empire, it's about the Galactic Federation, it's about the Rebellion, it's about the Resistance, it's all these different factions, the Jedi, the Sith, you know, a million different things going on. So it's not that Star Wars needs to not be political. It's that it doesn't need to involve our politics and our agendas, okay? Like, there's nothing wrong with characters in Star Wars that are women or gay or black or anything, right? It's when it is our agenda from our world being put into a fictional world where these agendas don't exist, and we don't need to push those things because it's not what Star Wars is. It's just about space magic and wizards and swords and lights and lasers and space battles. It's, you know, with some politics thrown in there. And at times, our art is a reflection of society, right? Because what is the Empire? It's literally the Nazi SS, right? Like, it's literally a color swap of the SS uniform is what the stormtroopers wear. The Empire and the Rebellion, it's a complete during the 70s, this was a commentary on the Vietnam War and how pissed people were and how much people didn't like the Vietnam War and what was going on. They were protesting it. My blaster said, I can't say that. That's crazy, dude. That's funny. See, in the right context, it's funny. But there it is. Pew pew. Yeah. There it is. But yeah, that's what it is. So I think most fans, and most good fans, I wouldn't put the Star Wars fandom in a box where I wouldn't say that they're anti-women or that they're racist. There is a small group of people that were racist and didn't like Finn, and they're loud. And even the Asian character, I think her name was Tran, that was in the sequel trilogy. Like, people that didn't like her. Like, it's okay not to like her character or whatever, but like wishing death upon her or not liking her, or not it's okay not to like her, but I mean to, like, you know, wish ill on the person or to like throw out death threats. That's not representative of what the Star Wars fandom should be. So there's always going to be bad actors in every community, fandom, all this stuff. But you kind of have to just police everybody. You kind of just have to say, like, hey, this is not how the Star Wars fans behave. You know, even Disney, even, you know, actors associated with Star Wars have come out and said, like, hey, we don't harass people based on, you know, race, sex, whatever. But yeah, I would say keep our agendas out of Star Wars. So Star Wars can tell lots of cool stories, but I think the moment where we push our stuff onto it, which, I get it. I get it that the Vietnam thing is a representation in Star Wars, but when we're pulling our identity politics, which is not popular, and no one likes this argument. No one wants to argue over gendered bathrooms and who's allowed to play sports and who's not. This is bad territory. Nobody wins. Nobody wins from these arguments or trying to push those type of arguments into our media. Especially when it's DC, Marvel, Star Wars. And we're seeing it everywhere, right? We're seeing all of this stuff with a lot of the latest Marvel projects. It's less about telling a good comic book story. It's less about having a good narrative. It's less about telling an overall, narrative of, what's the next Thanos, right? But because they got tangled in girl power and politics and all these various things from our world, that isn't really as much of a problem in the Marvel world, we end up with a lot of bad stuff. Yeah, and then there's also the VFX people that are unpaid, fired, last-minute projects. I mean, we're seeing that across all media. Yeah, and I mean, I think the other thing, especially with the Marvel stuff, is like they're not even. Here's the mistake. Marvel and The Witcher have both made this mistake, where they hired people that actively do not like or know nothing of the thing that they're writing. It just makes sense. Like, if you're going to write for a Marvel show or a Marvel movie, like, why aren't they hiring comic book writers? And they usually do. They usually do is the thing. So why aren't we doing it anymore? We don't want to pay the money? We don't want to pay, so we just hire randoms? We want that outsider perspective so much? How much does it pay off? It doesn't pay off. It never pays off. It doesn't work. So, you should either have to have been a writer on comics, or you need to at least have some knowledge. You need to at least be like, hey, I read the source material. I know these characters. I'm a lifelong fan. I know the lore. I know what's allowed. I know what's not allowed. I know Batman can't fly. I know Superman's weak to kryptonite, right? All that kind of stuff. Since the acquisition, it's turned into an inquisition. That's crazy. That needs to be like... That's a really solid quote and a really good summary of kind of where everything has gone. And honestly, I thought it was a good thing. Disney is a powerful brand. They usually do good, right? Like, remember the 90s, the golden era of Disney? Non-stop bangers, right? And, Star Wars had its time of non-stop bangers. Marvel, DC, they've all had their eras of where they put out non-stop bangers. And I was excited that Marvel was getting all their properties back and not just, they were getting the X-Men back from Fox because Marvel had sold out all their properties just to avoid going bankrupt. They were like, let's give Spider-Man to Sony, let's give this to here. So now that they're buying everything back, and Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse seems to be the only thing that they, Sony is just never going to let that go. And I think it's probably to their detriment. Sony occasionally puts out bangers, but it's a lot of hit and miss. So I initially thought it was a good thing. I was like, you know what? Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Marvel, all being under like a really good umbrella of really talented people. and a company that you kind of trust with being entertaining, but now it's like we're getting this new generation of writers and actors and producers and stuff like that. It's changed. It's changed. Yeah, they're never gonna let it go. I mean, they pretty much purposefully continue to put out Spider-Man movies and Spider-Man associated material just to maintain the rights. Because I mean, the rights were about to expire, and then they were like, "Okay, we got a new movie right here," you know. So, and you know, it's been advantageous. I don't like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but it's been advantageous for both brands to work together for the sake of the MCU. I think both brands have benefited from that. I think the Spider-Man games on PlayStation have been dope. I think there's something you miss in that it not being multi-platform. Spider-Man flying, yeah, that's crazy. Dude, Japanese Spider-Man's crazy. Turkish Spider-Man's crazy. He's a villain in Turkey. And Captain America comes to like beat him up and stuff. But like, yeah, Turkish Spider-Man, he like tortures people. He puts this tube up to this guy's face and puts a hamster in it, and he goes through, or a gerbil or whatever, and he comes through, chews the guy's eyes out, and then Spider-Man's like, and he's like, he's not even like red and blue, he's like green and pink, like, ugh. Yeah, they always show it at Alamo Drafthouse when I go to the movie theater. They'll play like old Spider-Man clips before a Spider-Man or a Marvel movie, and they'll be like, "Here's Spider-Man in Japan. Here's him in Turkey." Because like in Japan, he had like a Megazord. He's like a dirt biker instead of Peter Parker. Yeah, he's like a dirt bike dude. I don't know. Lots of crazy stuff. Do we have anything else, or do we kind of want to wrap up our little show this afternoon? I want to thank everybody for coming by. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos and stuff like that. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you got any additional articles, any topics we want to hit today. I'm just going to double check through my all my articles here, make sure I don't have anything crazy. We were gonna bring up, oh yeah, hang on, I got a couple news hits here. Ubisoft says it's actively working on the Driver franchise projects, but the live action like TV series that they were planning has actually been dumped. So, oh, didn't think we were gonna see baby bottoms. All right, moving on from that, Terminator. This looks really cool. So I mean, if this is good, I'm all for it. Yeah, I haven't checked out the Suicide Squad Isekai thing. I might check out an episode or something, but yeah, let me see if I find anything on Delta Force. Delta Force. First PC alpha test July 18th. We need more time. Okay. Several issues. Okay. It makes sense. Makes sense, you know. This is what alpha and beta testing is all for. I mean, if they find a big issue or some sort of exploit or whatever it may be, yeah. I mean, it's hard to be mad about stuff like that. Yeah, for some reason I wasn't following them. But yeah, I need to pick up more from them. Other than that, Just checking some more articles here. Oh yeah, we got this can I pull this up? I'm just gonna mute the audio in case, craziness. But yeah, TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed, has been released. And this is a trailer from PlayStation, PS5, PS4. This appears to be adopting the art style of the recent movie, which, I still need to see the movie, but I wasn't too crazy about the art style. I still think 90s Ninja Turtle movies and the 80s, like 1987 TV series, that's peak Turtles design. But nevertheless, this looks cool. I would definitely check it out regardless. But I need to see the movie. I didn't have the chance to check it out in theaters. But yeah, October 18th, and that's from Outright Games and Nickelodeon. I'll see if I can get a code for that. I would love to check that out. Yeah, because I am an Outright Games ambassador, so we did the Justice League game from them. Agent Smith is in Multiverses. LA Noire is working on a new game related to the Black Dahlia murders. It's a VR game. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is getting a remaster where you play as Jango Fett. It's that game. Yeah, we got our first look at Gladiator. Dead Rising looks good. Oh, Jeanne d'Arc. Yeah. Hang on. YouTube. Let me try to find a video. Surely there's a video. Jeanne d'Arc just got announced on PS4, PS5. Let me see if I can find. Is there really nobody that's okay? I got two things now. Jeanne d'Arc was a PlayStation portable game. Okay, maybe I can just find. Jeanne d'Arc. Jeanne d'Arc. I just want to find like an image. It's not even the American PlayStation Store. Where is Jeanne d'Arc? Yeah, it's like the French spelling. In America, it's like Joan. Jean. It's Jeanne. I can't find the. I know it's been revealed. But yeah, I can't find anything official. But it is on the PlayStation Store. See if I can get a link to the. Because it keeps saying. It's like pulling up the Korean version of the PlayStation Store or something. Jeanne d'Arc, crusade through French villages and battle mythical creatures, command 16 heroic characters in a quest to recapture the homeland, engage in unique team-based attack and defense schemes. Yeah, this was a really cool one. It's a huge shame that we're getting this before Final Fantasy Tactics. Like, they'll literally release every other tactical game before they will put out another Final Fantasy Tactics. This is another good one. Double Dragon is back. Okay, so this is an announcement trailer for a new 3D Double Dragon. So Double Dragon historically, since the late 80s, has been a side-scroller beat-em up. And this one here, we are getting a glimpse, just an early glimpse. It's early footage, None of this is final here. Check it. Got the moves, got the characters. So, I mean, it doesn't really show us too much in representation of gameplay, but I mean, it's just meant to announce the game and, you know, however that's going to work as a 3D one. I like the way one of the characters looks, but I can't say both. 2025. 2025. What's up, Kevin? Kevin says, "What's the problem with Michael Jackson? My main man? Three Kings?" I don't even know what you're talking about, man. He's been gone a long time. I don't know if we have anything to say about that. Yeah, dude, if they went the Streets of Rage 4 and just kind of like new art style but keep it 2D. Yeah, I'm always kind of nervous when they bring a beat 'em up into the 3D realm. You know what? I might have to fire up the PS5, dude. Yeah, someone's pulled it up right here. It looks like it's $9.99. Yeah, and it looks like it just dropped today. I guess you can rent it with PlayStation Plus Premium, or you could just outright buy it, which is what I would prefer. Why are you referencing a movie, dude? That's like way out of left field. What's up, dude? That's crazy. With the wildest niche references out here. Okay, let me double check. Cause yeah, we've found like a whole new bevy of news articles here that I kind of had buried. I mean, everything else I got is like kind of old news, like the Dead Rising deluxe remaster, which is really probably more of a remake than anything. Yeah. Let me get rid of that. Okay. I think that will be it for today on our coverage. So for today, unless you guys got any more articles or anything else we want to check out. So for today, unless you guys got any more articles or anything, yeah, I think I would refresh the stream. Like, I'm not picking up any sort of choppy audio. Yeah, I got nothing here on that. Yeah, I've seen Three Kings. I mean, you're just like pulling a niche reference. Like if I was like, the walls in the 53rd precinct are bleeding, you'd have no idea that I was talking about Ghostbusters. Like if I just pull like the most niche thing, you know, and like bringing it into context in a forum where it doesn't make sense. Like we're obviously not talking about Michael Jackson. We're not talking about references to Michael Jackson or even older movies, you know. I don't know. I dig it. So yeah, I'll do one flick through Twitter here and just see if there's anything new that we've seen. A new Xbox 360 Blades dynamic background is now available on Xbox Series consoles. Look at this. Look at this. That's crazy. The nostalgia. Nostalgia sells, people. That's crazy. Dynamic background. Uh, how much is what? The dynamic background? I don't see anything regarding pricing. It's kind of just a bunch of people posting like video clips of it. I mean, usually this stuff is free. I would assume it's free. Because I have the original Xbox background where it's like the old school Xbox. And that's my favorite. Because I actually think that background was dope. 10 out of 10. Uh, did the boys? Is the boys put out a new episode? Oh, that's gonna be in 2 days. Okay, I think that's gonna be the season finale. Maybe. What's with these 8 episode seasons? Oh, dude, you gotta watch the boys, man. That's a good one. The boys is top tier. Top tier. Yeah, they have The Boys Diabolical, which is an animated series. Then they have Gen V, which is a spin off TV series, which has 8 episodes. I haven't checked out Gen V. I wasn't really pulled in. I know it's probably dope because it's more of The Boys, but I I don't know. I wasn't really excited about like a prequel series. I don't know. Yeah. What else we got? Premiere tickets to see the Gen V thing. Yeah, yeah. I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you've seen The Boys. I would try to be current on that because I think it's meant for you to at least have seen 3 seasons of The Boys. Yeah, Brightburn's interesting. That's one I haven't watched, but it's I'm getting tired of the Superman stuff where it's like, what if Superman went bad? It's like we got Injustice, we got Brightburn, we got Homelander. There's so much, and it's literally every new interpretation of Superman that comes out, whether it's a TV show, a comic book, a movie. They always gotta go with the bad guy Superman arc. And I'm like, dude, Superman is so much better than that. And it's like, it's an arc that was interesting maybe 10 years ago, but it's played out by now. And I think they were talking about a Bright Burn too. I don't know if it ever got off the ground though. Yeah, I don't think it ever got off the ground. I think they were just teasing it. And it's just like, yeah, you can have some good media and some good stories on that. Yeah. The new episode of what? Of My Adventures with Superman? Yeah, I know where the last episode went. I got to check Sunday's episode. I usually I usually try to watch it by now, but I've been busy trying to catch up with other series, and I was like, didn't have a moment for that. Oof. Tusk was a rough watch. I didn't enjoy that. Human Centipede is that's out of my wheelhouse. I'm not hyped for that. I think I understand what Human Centipede is all about, and I'm not beyond not interested. Not interested. I don't know. Horror movies have gone downhill for me. I would say the horror movie stuff is really played out, and I love horror as a genre, but it's gone downhill big time. I would say that there hasn't been anything good in horror movies in the past maybe 10, 20 years. I really can't think of anything that's like as groundbreaking or as foundational as some of the early 2000s horror, or even stuff that dates back to the 70s and 80s, you know? Teeth. I don't know if I've seen Teeth. It doesn't sound familiar, but it might also be a. I can't believe I just Googled Teeth without the word movie. Yeah. Yeah, I probably don't want to see that. Yeah. Oh, it's comedy horror. Yeah. Nah. I think I'll be all right on that one. Don't look it up. You don't want to see it. Yeah. Don't look it up. Save yourself. Trying to do you solid, man. Sheesh. Michael Mann is writing the script for Heat 2, one of the best heist movies ever. Finally getting a sequel. We'll have to see if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. We'll see. Hmm. So yeah, I got a thing this afternoon, but we might regroup later tonight. I know I want to do. I got the new Payday 3 content. It's called Boys in Blue, where we do a heist on a police station. I gotta check that out. Courtesy of excuse me, courtesy of Lurkit.com, Starbreeze Studios, and Deep Silver for sending a code for that one. Oh, there's Iceman. Yeah, Payday 3, man. Gotta do some of that soon. Maybe tonight. I don't know. No, because I think here in like 2 hours, I got a YouTube thing I gotta do. I got in like a creator camp. So that's why I was trying going live from the shorts feed today, because I wanna sort of see uh what the experience is like there. You know, get some data, get some analytics, see if there's more exposure there. You know, so we're live in two places at once right now. So got both chats up. But yeah, Payday 3 does have this new yeah, Boys in Blue. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, it's like we do a heist on a police station, and we can either go loud, or it looks like, is that New York? Yeah, it's New York. Yeah, so we're going into an NYPD precinct for some sort of heist. So yeah, I really gotta thank them for sending me a code for this. So we'll be checking that out later. Yeah, man, I need to get back on it. I enjoy Payday 3. Um, yeah, we can't say crazy stuff, man. Can't say crazy stuff like that. Um, yeah, the backlog. I mean, that's the thing. I have a lot of games that I really enjoy. Like I like Helldivers 2. I like Payday 3. I like Back for Blood. Fallout 76 has been dope. Elden Ring has been fun. Getting together, playing with people again on that. Um, Multiverses is really fun. Um, I got those. I just got Starship Troopers Extermination. There's all these great like co-op shooters that you can play with friends. It's just the time management comes into it. Time management is an issue, and you only have so many hours a day, so There it is. Oh, I gotta show you guys this. This is really cool. I got this recently. Friggin' Superman. So yeah, this is a new figurine that I got. I don't know if I have the box. It's a DC Multiverse Superman, and he comes with a couple different hands. Couple different hands. He's fully posable. Yeah, it gets a little too dark when I put him over there. But yeah, great figurine, very posable. You know, the cape is kind of it's static, you know, it's stuck in this one position, but I decided I wanted him to fly. And it's got this really cool clear stand. I like that. I don't have that many as big a Superman fan as I am. I have a couple action figures and stuff, but not too many figurines. And well, I have some Hot Toys collectibles as well, which, you know, I got to bring those out sometime. Maybe we'll do another live stream revealing that type of stuff if you guys are interested. I have a lot. I have a lot of those figurines. I just have them boxed up because it's like they'll get dusty if I don't put them in like a glass case or something, and I don't really have the space for that yet. Not yet. But I would love to have like a huge glass shelf and have everything on it, have it lit, and you know, just kind of share that with folks. Yeah, I mean, I have shelves, but everything on these shelves, they get dusty, man. And these characters, you know, they have intricate details, they have fabric costumes, all that stuff. Nah, I don't have a Mr. Freeze statue. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Let me see. Yeah, there's some Mr. Freeze statues. Pull it up on stream. It's safe. Yeah, there's some figurines. That one's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm not. I like Mr. Freeze, but like, do I need a statue of him? Not really. I I prefer to have like Superman or Batman, Indiana Jones or something. That's crazy. Da-la-da-da. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ba-da. I think I've seen some of these before, yeah. Mezco from Mezco Toys. Crazy. Get the one of him in the snow globe. That one's kind of cool. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, your stature just went up with Iceman. He's like, dude. He's like, you're the best. He's like, you're the best for saying that, Jay. You just went up on the roster. Nice. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything else. Nothing crazy. Just doing a quick scroll through the Twitterverse, making sure we got all the latest gaming news today. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow the channel. Check out the website, aaronshack.com. All the links in the description. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. What's up, Kevin? Take care. I don't know what blocked means, but all monetization features are active on the site. Lasagna is good. Brown eyes. Something about brown eyes. Da-da-da-da. I don't know. Brown eyes. Yeah, I think that's all I got in terms of news. But yeah, I think I gotta power up the PS5 and see about that Jeanne d'Arc stuff. I gotta check that out. Oh, Kevin, appreciate it. There you go. 99. Appreciate that, dude. Need the member again? Yeah, the emojis are dope, man. Yeah, and you get the guitars every time you rank up your status. I appreciate all the support, really do. It's what keeps the podcast, the channel, the website, all that stuff going. Everything, all the stuff here costs money. Got to make money to spend money and enjoy all this entertainment stuff and share all that stuff, all the insights, the interviews and stuff like that. And of course, that stuff only gets bigger and better with the support of everyone involved. Of course, the ad revenue helps as well. Any sort of sponsorships and, stuff like that happens. Those are all things that support the channel and keep things going. So always tune in and enjoy that. Let's see. Blue guitar? Hang on, let me pull up the blue guitar that I want. Hang on. You got me on a tangent now. Because I don't have blue guitars. I really want one, man. I really want one. Okay, let me see if I can log in. I gotta find my wish list. See, there's 2 guitars I want that have been on my list. Don't show me that credit card. That's crazy. Okay. Wish list. It's on my wish list. Yeah. Oh no, it's on back order now. Oh no. Dude, it's $800. Okay, let me make sure there's no... I don't think there's any... no account details on screen. Okay, check this out. So, this is the blue guitar I want. The Epiphone Emperor Swingster. It's a hollow body guitar. This is called Delta Blue Metallic. So it actually has a little bit of a... Yeah, it's got like a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's got that kind of glittery kind of look right there. Yeah, and then it's got the white pick guard, the silver tremolo bar, or whammy bar as some like to call it. You got your pickup selector there. You got humbuckers. Yeah. So they have it in blue, but they also, dude, there's also this version that's in green with gold hardware. And I kind of want both, man. Like, I gotta be real. I've never bought two of the exact same guitar. I've bought similar guitars, but I've never bought like two of exactly the same guitar. And that's $800 a pop, yeah. And it looks like the blue one's on back order. So it looks like they might have sold a good chunk of them. 10% off. I don't need more Fenders. I got a whole bunch. I do want a Jaguar. Let me see. Fender Jag? Yeah, you guys haven't even seen the passion that I have for stuff like this. I did get to play on one of these 1992 Kurt Cobain Jaguar. Beautiful sounding guitar. Yeah, I would like that cream. Either one of those. I don't know. So I actually have I have a Jazzmaster, which is similar to a Jaguar, but a little different. See if I can pull up the Jazzmaster. It's kind of like that one. Yeah, it's kind of like these, but not really. I don't know if they have my exact model, but it's kind of like that. Get it free, calm today. What do you mean get it free? 800 is totally worth it. Let's go. Yeah, you guys are not. No, hit that dono button, man. Let's you roll in the funds, I'll buy the guitar and I'll play it for you. I am currently not in the space where I can afford this right now. I could put it on the credit card, but it would be ill-advised. It would be very ill-advised. And I do have a couple Stratocasters. I have a gold one. I have I have one that looks kind of like this. I don't know if they still sell it. What was it called? Fender Honey, no. Corona. No, I know it's from Corona, California. I don't remember. I have it somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I can't find that one right now. Tell them to sponsor me. Yeah, but I mean, I haven't done a lot of music on the channel per se. It's been really difficult for sure to get the whole setup working. I've wanted to like record things or do live streams and stuff like that. But there's always issues with like audio interfaces, lag, and then there's just stuff where it's like I play blues, jazz, classic rock, maybe some country, but like I don't play mainstream stuff. So I would get people in the chat that would be like, "Play Ed Sheeran, play Taylor Swift." I'm like, I don't even listen to that stuff. So like I don't really can't really do that. That one's better, $2,000. Yeah. Well, price doesn't always link up with quality, but I'll show you the other guitar I have. I think this is the one I have. or similar. I have an Epiphone Casino, and then I have the Epiphone ES335 Pro in cherry red. Yeah, jazz is great. Play a lot of blues. Lucille. I have a Lucille as well. Yep, right there. That's the one I got. This is B.B. King's guitar. I have one of these. It's a replica, obviously. So it's not really B.B. King's guitar, but it's made to be. Yeah, and it's got the gold hardware. It's got the pickup selector, all that stuff. This is dope. So yeah, I'd have to have like a very strict, I don't know, like a set list or something. Because I can't really do like song requests because people would be requesting, artists and songs that I've never heard of. And I would just be like, I can't really, don't want to sound like a jerk, but it's like I just, I don't play music I don't enjoy, and I don't listen to music I don't enjoy, and I have very specific tastes that don't really align with what's popular now, which is mostly like rap and pop and the route that country's taken since from the 90s and beyond. Like the 90s was the golden era, maybe early 2000s, but it was starting to just really go downhill. This is one I want. I really want this because John Mayer plays on the PRS Silver Sky. Even gray looks good, but yeah, this is 2700. This one's crazy. Let's see, Rosewood. Oh, for maple. And there's like a whole bunch of different colors. Yeah, we got Frost, which is kind of a white. You got Midnight Rose. It's not for me. Polar Blue. Roxy Pink, Satin Mock, Tungsten, which is kind of shiny, silverish, and Venetian Blue. I actually dig that gray, but I don't know. I think they have a cheaper version of this, though. Hang on. I think they make like a more affordable model somewhere here. Let me see. I know they do like a PRS. Oh, I'll show you the PRS I do have. Let me see if they have it. Yeah, I have a custom 24, but it's not $7,000. That's not the one I bought. Hang on. I don't think they sell it, but I have a gold one. I got a gold top. Yeah, I don't think they sell it in gold anymore. Or at least it's not available or easy to find. PRS silver. Yeah, I think it's maybe the SE. It's like 800 instead of like 2,000. Yeah, these are still good. Yeah, and then they had that purple, which, to each their own. There's black. I like this cream color. I've always wanted this kind of like vanilla type of color here. I gotta log off soon, guys. But we'll okay, I thought when I saw John Mayer, I was like, do they have like his version of it? Okay. Yeah, so I mean this one's not bad. Yeah, it looks like they have all the it looks like Stone Blue is sold out. Or no, that one's grayed out. I don't know why it's grayed out. Yeah, most of the same colors. Kind of like that cream. What's up, TX? All right, let's buy it. Nah, dude, you gotta. I gotta be making some money, man. I gotta, line up some sponsorships or get, funding via the community here. Anytime I make money from the YouTube here, it's always put back into the production. I don't, every time I've gotten like donations, even when I was live on Twitch, like pretty much all the equipment I have, whether it's like the Go XLR, the gaming PC, the lights, the Stream Deck, all this, the camera, all that was fan funding back in the day. So, I mean, all that was, investments of like, hey, I like the stream, here's $20, or like, hey, I'll subscribe, $5 a month. Eventually that adds up, and then it's like I start making investments. My red one? I have a couple red guitars, but yeah, the, you saw the ES335. I'll show you the Casino is a little different. Epiphone Casino. That's not the color I have. Yeah, they have natural. I have this one in red, but it's with the white pick guard. And I actually have some flat wound strings, which are really great for playing jazz. Yeah, those are cool. Nice, man. I'll check that out, Kevin. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, TX, we were just covering like some gaming, pop culture news, lots of wild stuff today. So we did a little bit of a news coverage thing here, and now we're just kind of. Oh yeah, I have this, by the way. This is a rotary fuzz pedal. Gives you the Jimi Hendrix stuff. This is a really great pedal. I mean, all this stuff adds up. Yeah. And then the other one I have is the ES335 that's red. Which I don't have the Gibson version. Those are a little expensive. But this will get you the same sound for a fraction of the price and still really good quality. This is probably my favorite guitar. Like one of the ones I recommend the most. And I even have a Les Paul, and it's like, I don't know if they have the traditional. I have the traditional Plus, but I think they only do like the Pro. Dirty Lemon. That's a look. I like the gold tops from the 50s. Those were bangers. But yeah, I have one that pretty much has that cherry sunburst. And my Les Paul probably runs about 3K. Is that drone still there? That's crazy. That's wild. I don't know. I don't know if any of Joe Bonamassa's guitars. I have a couple replicas of his. Yeah, I don't think they have them on the site. They got his picks, though. Those are good. Blonde Dot, Cradle Rock 63 Strat, 375. That would be fun. I'd love to try that. I need to get some of these picks. Maybe someday. Alright, guys. I got a thing. Yeah, man. Drone crashes by your house. It's if it lands on your property, it's like, I own this now. Got my own Predator drone. Chirp chirp. Got the keys. Yeah, I think that's where we are. Oh, we gotta look at Sunni Legend again. This came up on my feed, so naturally we have to watch it. Hang on. Gonna mute the audio just to be. Yeah, we gotta watch this because he takes out Rolana in a crazy way. One of the best, most cinematic Elden Ring or player of any game, honestly. He's got those gameplay clips. Look at that parry. Parried again. Wasn't even looking. That's crazy. Another parry. Stab. Yeah, I need to try that. Yeah, do the sub, man. Appreciate it. Subscribing is free. If you sign up for a membership, that obviously is a monthly deal. But you're allowed to do what you want. Oh, we did a side roll, and usually that hurts, but yeah, I need to try this art. This sword art looks, the Ash of War that you get, it's like crazy. Look at those dodges. Whoever gets this like 100% right, like a no hit mixed with, oh, and the shield has a specific parry art that's on that as well. I'd like to try that. I know it would be really difficult. Oh, there's the moons. Dude, and then he did the wings. The wings for the final hit. That's crazy. Love that. Every time it comes up in my feed, I have to watch it. All right, I gotta go. I got a thing this afternoon. But yeah, I either want to do some more Fallout 76, or I need to check out that Payday 3 heist this week, because once again, that will be a sponsored stream for the Boys in Blue, where we go after the we're like pulling off a heist in a police station. So, once again, I want to thank you all for being here, okay? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, sign up for a membership if you want to support the stream, support the videos, the podcast, the website, all of these various things. Check it all in the description down below. Take care, be safe. We'll see you on the next one, and we'll see you then. Bye. Why did it freeze like that? Come on, man. Okay, bye. We're done.